Pakistan is witnessing growing unrest as opposition parties rally nationwide against the government's 27th Constitutional Amendment Bill, legislation that grants sweeping new powers to the country's Army Chief, Field Marshal Asim Munir. The six-party opposition alliance, known as the Tehreek-e-Tahaffuz Ayeni Pakistan, or TTAP, has called the proposal one of the darkest moments in Pakistan's constitutional history. The alliance has urged citizens to take to the streets, describing the amendment as a fundamental threat to democracy and civilian governance. The protests erupted as Pakistan's parliament prepared to vote on the amendment on November 10th. If passed, it will significantly expand the authority of the military and reshape the judiciary, deepening concerns about the country's already fragile balance of power. So, what exactly is in Pakistan's 27th Amendment, and why is it provoking such a fierce reaction? The bill seeks to alter key sections of the Constitution, particularly Article 243, which governs the armed forces. Under the proposed changes, the position of Chief of the Defense Forces will be formally vested in the Chief of Army Staff, granting him a lifetime title of Field Marshal. This move effectively cements Asim Munir's authority as the country's most powerful military figure, even beyond his regular service tenure. Lawmakers critical of the proposal warn that it revives the historical pattern of military dominance that has defined much of Pakistan's political evolution. Comparisons are being drawn to General Zia-ul-Haq's era, when military influence permeated civilian institutions. The government argues that the amendment merely formalizes military structures and honors national heroes. Law Minister Azam Nazir Tarar has insisted it is a symbolic title, not an expansion of command. Opposition leaders reject that defense, saying institutionalizing the role for life removes any civilian check on the army's power. The amendment also proposes creating a new federal constitutional court, or FCC, meant to handle constitutional interpretation and disputes between provinces. The FCC's Chief Justice would outrank the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court and serve until age 68, 3 years longer than current Supreme Court limits. Legal experts fear this reordering could sideline the Supreme Court, turning it into an appellate body with limited constitutional role. Supporters claim the new court will reduce case backlogs and depoliticize the judiciary. Critics counter that it undermines judicial independence and strengthens the military's indirect control. The Tehreek-e-Tahaffuz Ayeni Pakistan alliance has taken center stage in opposing the bill, announcing nationwide protests. MWM Chief Allama Raja Nasir Abbas has called on citizens to rise against the amendment and protect democratic institutions. PKMAP leader Mahmood Khan Achakzai has urged nightly rallies across cities with the slogan, "Supremacy of the Constitution." Outside Parliament, legal and defense experts are sounding alarms over what they describe as a dangerous concentration of power. One senior lawyer told Dawn newspaper that limiting the Supreme Court's jurisdiction would reduce it to a Supreme District Court. Former Defense Secretary Lieutenant General Asif Yasin Malik warned that making Asim Munir Chief of the Defense Forces, with command influence over all services, risks institutional imbalance. Despite broad opposition, the government is pushing ahead. The 27th Amendment was tabled in the Senate last week, with a 2/3 majority needed for passage in both houses before presidential approval. If enacted, the 27th Amendment will redefine Pakistan's power structure, reshaping the judiciary, expanding military influence, and challenging the principle of civilian supremacy. As protests grow and tensions rise, the outcome of this parliamentary vote may determine Pakistan's political direction for years to come.